I would be like, excuse my appearance. But today's been a very low energy day. So I'm just like, I'm not even gonna put on the facade like I usually do. But hello everyone. This is day 3 of my vlogs. Uh as per usual. Actually, I did kind of actually think about what I wanted to talk about today. I was gonna talk about just like my experience with in music, even though it it was a decent amount of time, definitely not as long as some of the people that I know. But sorry, fixing the camera as per usual. Uh, but more so just how I think that music um, developed in my life and stuff like that. Well, the parts that music played. I'm trying to get a flattering camera angle. I feel very. I guess it doesn't help that it does not help that not looking the best right now. Anyway, I don't really care. But let's do that. So even from a very young age, music music's been a part of my life in many different ways. Whether it came from uh, other people or just me myself or siblings, anything like that. My family's always been like a big music family, and not just one side either. Both sides of my family have always been big music people, whether it be like within church, outside of church, anything like that. It's always been huge thing. But with that, it was kind of obvious that I would go into music, or music would be a big part of my life, like at least like going through schooling and stuff like that. And I mean, that's what happened. Excuse me. Like I said, very low energy day to day. Um, but music was a huge part of my life, and to this day it still is. Maybe not in the same ways, of course, but um, music, it's it's definitely something that I do see being a big part of my kids' lives, whether it be them taking on their own instrument or deciding to, or going more towards, you know, theater, because not to be like, oh, most theater has like some kind of music, but it's still an art that like you can still get that kind of same vibe from that you would music. And also, like, you know, if they took up choir or something like that, uh and it'd be great because I'll be able to help them in some capacity. It'll be awesome. But with how music has been such a big thing in my life, like to not be exposed to it the same way that I once was, it's kind of weird sometimes. I still have that creative creative mindset that I had like when it came to music and like art and stuff like that. But I don't have that passion towards music itself. I mean, like, at least I try to get it back. I mean, literally. God. Hold on. Very bad camera angle. My ukulele is literally right here. It my tuner's on it and everything. I can sit here and tune this thing. It's very out of tune because I have not touched it in a while. It's very out of tune, but I know how to work all this. Hold on. You press the button. You make sure it's on uke. It says, hold on. Wait. See if it'll focus. It probably won't. But right here, it says uke. And then I can't tell you what notes these are supposed to be, but I can definitely hear it and be like, oh, it's supposed to be this note. Let me turn this thing off. That way the battery doesn't die. Because it's a very specific battery, and ain't got the money for that or the time. I'm just gonna leave that right there. Sorry, I'm falling off. I'm falling off the bed. I'm gonna fix the camera again. Yeah. I feel like I'm too tall. Well, never mind. I'm weird as per usual, but I'm not gonna. This isn't gonna be like a huge ramble. But with that, like, I wanted to do extra things that still pertain to my love for music. Like, I joined an honor society in my sophomore year of high school. Not only that, but I also was in my high school's marching band. I was a drum major for 2 years, and I loved it. I mean, I enjoyed it, especially to a point. I enjoyed it. You know, sometimes things happen, especially when you're a kid who I wasn't the most popular person, and with how things are sometimes, things are out of your control, and then people assume things. So it's like you kind of lose some credibility there. But then it's like, I don't know why I keep touching this camera. I'm so sorry. But with that, like, when I wanted to do stuff, it became, I mentioned in my first vlog, that's definitely one of the reasons why I stepped away from music, is because a lot of the aspects of music that I enjoyed turned out to be a popularity contest, and I've never thought that should be something that's in the way of something that you want to do. Like, it should, especially if it's something as important as, making sure that it's the right person to do such and such a job and stuff like that. Like, it, if you have experience and you are you are honest and you tell and say that you have experience in doing something, then not to be like, you should get the job, but you should be, sorry, I got a notification. You should be one of the if things go awry, like, people will say something to you. They'll be like, hey, I was looking at this thing and I needed some help. You got some advice, such and such. But usually when it comes to like high school and stuff like that, it's just some big popularity contest, and I hated that. And there are very few things that sorry, why am I getting so many notifications right now? There's so many things that I really wanted to genuinely enjoy in high school that I didn't get to, because I was like, oh well, I won't win, or that won't happen. That's not something that's possible for me, because it's a popularity contest and I'm not popular. So it's like a lot of the things that I loved and wanted to enjoy were taken from me in a way. And I was like, why try? So it's like, oh, well, yeah, great. So I kind of just, and then those things in turn harmed my perception of what I loved about music, because it made me think that I wouldn't be able to step outside of the, oh, you're just here to play your instrument or do such and such. Like, you can't do more than this. Like, that's it. That's it. And I'm like, well, but I know how to do this. I know how to do this. I've had experience doing this. And they're like, yeah, but not enough people like you. And I'm like, what? What? Like, it's like, oh, but the people, we get that you're qualified and stuff, but everybody prefers the other person who's not. And I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I was just like, bleh. I give up. And I tend to do that because it's like, why why have to experience and go through that conflict to try and fight for, what you at least think is right and what should be, when no one's gonna care. It's like, oh well, it's like voting for the president, like, of the United States. You can have the popular vote, right, and still lose. It's not very common. It's not very common, but it's possible. Like, you but like, it's majority, like, it they assume that if you have the popular vote, that you're the person that's popular among all, like, majority of the people. They assume that you're the one that's gonna win. I mean, of course, people still argue about it and stuff, but at the end of the day, they're like, oh, you're popular with everybody. But then, loyalties come into play, you know, um, party loyalties. Like, it's the same thing. Like, I can spout all my credibility, but you're gonna vote for if you don't know me, you're gonna vote for your friend before you vote for me. Like, it doesn't matter if your friend's a 5-year-old who's never picked up a pencil, and I've I've written, like, essay upon essay about the topic that we're going for. You're gonna vote for that 5-year-old just because that 5-year-old's your friend. Yeah. Obviously, I kind of have a little resentment because some some uncanny things happened and during my high school life that I kind of still hold a grudge towards in some capacity. But still, like, that's a reason that I'm like, I don't I'm a big I don't have kids yet. This is going to be a little controversial, especially coming from someone who doesn't have kids. But I am a big advocate for homeschooling because I don't want my kids to go through the crap that I had to go through going through school, in terms of, I want you to just strive towards your passions, of course, gain knowledge, stuff like that. But I don't want your I don't want the ongoing risk of you thinking about the fact that, oh, I need to do this, this, and this in order to become popular. That way I can achieve the goals that I want to achieve. You shouldn't have to be popular in order to win. Like, I'm a big, like, okay, I get that everybody likes you, but you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, What's I don't care. If you don't know what you're talking about, no. Like just X, no. So it's there's a lot of reasons why I'm a advocate for homeschooling. You know, I've measured the pros and the cons, but it's also like I, I don't trust the schooling system anyway. So it's like, sorry, not sorry, but it just is what it is. So I'm not gonna keep going because I'll random like if this segues into me talking about how much I hate the educational system, we're gonna be here as long as the first, maybe even longer than the first vlog. So I'm gonna end the vlog here. We're gonna switch over to the singing portion. As of this moment, I have not decided what I'm gonna sing. I have an idea for a song. Yes, it's another song from a musical. It is not from Hamilton though. It's not from Hamilton this time. But we're gonna switch over. Be right back. All right, we're back. I decided what song I'm going to be singing. Don't know if a ton of people know the the musical. It is the song Requiem from Dear Evan Hansen, and I mostly will be singing Zoe's part. I'll try my best to sing the parents. I don't remember the I don't remember the parents' names. But that is a song I will be singing. As always, I will be linking it in the description, and hopefully the sound is a little better. I figured I would just keep the mic in throughout the whole vlog, see if, because I did notice that there are a couple of sound issues in terms of people being me being way quieter than I was hoping for, and it's a little difficult to hear during the actual vlog portion when I don't use the mic. So I just figured I would use the mic and see if that's a little better. I do watch at least partially. I try to go for most of every vlog. That way, I know what you guys are also watching and try to fix, in between or whatever. But as I said, I will be singing Requiem from Dear Evan Hansen, and we're gonna go to the singing portion. Why should I play this game of pretend? Remembering through her secondhand sorrow, such a great son and wonderful friend. Oh, don't the tears just pour? I could curl up and hide in my room, there in my bed still sobbing tomorrow. I could give in to all of the gloom. But tell me what for? Why should I have a heavy heart? Why should I start to break in pieces? Why should I go and fall apart for you? Why should I play the grieving girl and lie, saying that I miss you and that my world has gone dark without your light? I will sing no requiem tonight. I gave you the world, you threw it away, leaving these broken pieces behind you. Everything wasted, nothing to say. So I can sing no requiem. I hear your voice and feel you near. Within these words I finally find you. And now that I know that you are still here, I can sing no requiem. Why should I have a heavy heart? Why should I say I'll keep you with me? Why should I go and fall apart for you? Why should I play the grieving girl and lie, saying that I miss you and that my world has gone dark without your light? I will sing no requiem tonight, 'cause when the villains fall, the kingdoms never weep. No one lights a candle to remember. No one mourns at all when they lay them down to sleep. So don't tell me that I didn't have it right. Don't tell me that it wasn't black and white. After all you put me through, don't say it wasn't true, that you're not the monster that I knew. 'Cause I cannot play the grieving girl and lie, saying that I miss you and that my world has gone dark. I will sing no requiem. I will sing no requiem. I will sing no requiem.